Howdy folks, Danny from Bulldog Smith Farms back with another knife review. And today I've got a Spiderco for you. And it is a Sage6. And this was the Sprint Run Sage6. So that means it has S90v steel. And I don't think it'll let you see it. It's just very, very light. But it does have a bug. And it is made in Taiwan. And it also came with actual carbon fiber scales. So, I mean, it's a full-on carbon fiber knife. And I really like the versions of Spiderco where they do the real carbon fiber. They're lighter. Not like the other ones are heavy, but it's lighter and just as strong, if not stronger. And I actually really like the silhouette of this Spiderco. It does have a little bit of hump, but not a giant hump. And I really like the flow of that handle. I really like the jimping right here is just great. And it's just right. It's just the ergonomics. Most of y'all, a lot of y'all, if not all of you, are probably like me, and the first time you saw a Spiderco, you thought that's an ugly knife. And I don't know why anybody buys them. And then people keep telling you about them and how great they are, and if you ever get a hold of one at a knife store somewhere, or you decide, I'm just going to buy one and find out, find one that you think looks pretty good and try it out. Because once you get a hold of one, you realize, man, they have really thought of ergonomics. You know, holding it back here in the normal grip, it's just right. And then having this carve out, it just plenty of room for a finger, and then you can get even further up on it and it still feels really good. I'm not a huge wire clip person, but they make wire clip look pretty nice, and they are actually, I have to say that wire clips really are great clips. I like a prettier clip, but they do make that as pretty as you can get one. Although I do think, is it Lynch that makes one to replace it that's just thicker and therefore a little bit better. And of course, you can mount that. You can mount that clip on either side, and that button lock, that button compression lock. I don't love the compression locks because with arthritis in my good normal hand, I have to be able to hold the knife and push in with that finger. That's a little bit difficult. It's not too bad, but it's a little bit difficult when your hands don't want to work right and you've got several things going on. So, you know, I've got arthritis and gout and carpal tunnel, and I have neuropathy, so I can't really feel my fingers well. Sometimes it's hard to grip. These things happen when you get old and your body's breaking. Y'all young fellas don't know that yet, and I hope you never do. But Spiderco just makes a great knife. And let me give you a few stats on it. So we've got a blade length of 3 inches. It's not quite. It's almost, because Taiwan, and they use metrics. So it's 76 millimeters. Blade materials, CPM S90v stainless steel, so good, tough steel. Well, holds a good edge, holds a really good edge, and good and stainless. Flat ground, it's a full flat grind, so it's good and slicey. And the blade thickness is 0.118. So not like bug out thin, but plenty thin, especially that full flat grind. That's 3 millimeters. The lock style is a button compression lock. So it's a compression lock, but instead of being pushed out of the way this way, it's being pushed out of the way that way with a button. Just works in the opposite direction and with a button, which makes it easier for me. I would say it'd be easier for anybody, but I know people worried about a button being right here, and won't you be, if you're grabbing it, won't you be, well, look, they really thought this out. Look, you're not really touching it, and if you get up on it, you're still not touching it. So they really placed it well. Matter of fact, I heard some people that when they saw the photos, they thought, why did they place it back so far? Now you know why. It is a closed length of 4.17 approximately, or 106 millimeters, and the overall open length is 7.13 inches, or 181 millimeters. Handle material is black carbon fiber, and the feel of it is just, it's really different than any other carbon fiber I've got. It's just different. It almost feels like it's got some sort of grit on it, or I'm always thinking I need to wipe it down because it feels like it has oil or something on it, but it doesn't. But it's still grippy. Who knows the kind of voodoo they do on these things. It has a right or left hand tip up and deep carry pocket clip. And the special features on this was a 2025 Sprint Run, and like I said, that means it has S90v steel and carbon fiber handles instead of G10 with a carbon fiber overlay. Has a lanyard hole. I think you can see the lanyard hole. And it's made in Taiwan. It just says right back here. I don't know if you can see that, but it says it right there. And when I was growing up, made in Taiwan meant junk. It made in Japan meant junk. Made in Taiwan meant real junk. Now, made in Japan is a good thing, and made in Taiwan is a better thing. And if you don't know that from knives, and you're a tool guy, you'll know that from tools, because tools made in Taiwan tend to be great tools, and tools made in China are great tools. A lot of tools that they market here with one color scheme, they mark the same thing over there in a different color scheme. And some people like me like their color schemes better than ours because they like green. And somehow our people all think everything should be red. I don't know why. The Germans do it to us too. They send us red-handled tools and then make green ones for themselves. I don't know why. I want the green ones, but then I got to pay all kind of duties and stuff to get it here. Unless you find a special place. But Spiderco is a company that people say when you know, you know. People that know choose Spiderco. Well, I get it. Now that I have a few, I get it, and I'm not going to buy every model of every thing that Spiderco does, but some of them I really like, and some of them I like pretty good, and there's a couple more I want to try, and it is very addictive when you start going, but I want that certain steel and that certain handle. You can collect the heck out of them. They have been very good at marketing. And if you ever meet Sal Glesser, or if you even just get to see him in interviews, I mean, he's just the nicest guy, right? I'm a long-haired redneck, and me and him have the long hair in common. Mine's not as long as it used to be, but, you know, I have a hard time letting it go. I cut it off and I grow it back. But this particular Spiderco, I really like. And I will say, I bought a lot of knives in 2025. And this one takes the cake for a pocketable, easy to carry EDC pocket knife. That one won my award ceremony. And I have a bug out right here, a really nice bug out that I just did a review on, and you know, they're similar in size and weight. Is this one a little bit more? A little more. This one weighs a little bit more. It's a little bit bigger too, just, you know, profile wise and everything. You know, it's a little bit more there. A little thicker blade. The blade stock's a little thicker. Let me open them up so I'm kind of show that. It's not so easy when you don't have overhead stuff. I'm working on it. But yeah, see, the blade stock's a good bit thicker. So that's going to add a little bit of weight. It's not a whole lot heavier. I mean, half an ounce, maybe. They're about the same thickness. It's a little bit more substantial. A little bit more substantial knife to hold in your hand. Little less blade cutting edge than bug out, but a little more belly. I like belly. I like little fat blades. So I like both of these knives. I like different kinds of knives, and I like kind of normal knives. I don't like real crazy out there knives. My collection's pretty laid back, but I do like some variety, and I really dig this guy. I really do like it. And it is so easy to carry. You know, most knives, when you put them in your pocket, if your pants aren't falling off, in a little while you forget they're there. It takes a pretty big and heavy knife for you to not forget it's there. But when something is as light and thin and pocketable as these guys are, you know, you're down there in that perfect EDC, you know, knife. Are there knives that you could EDC that are more heavy use knives? Sure. But for what you do in a day, for most people, this is all you need. This guy's all you need. I mean, heck, for that matter, this little bitty guy's all you need. You know? I mean, we often carry a big blade when we don't really need a big blade. But if you love big blades, carry a big blade. And, like, I love this guy. That's a lot bigger knife. I mean, that's a lot bigger knife than a bug owl or a Spiderco Sage6. On the other hand, this isn't really a pocket knife. This is more like a sheath knife. You know, this is more like a buck 110. Different knives for different things. Different strokes for different folks, you might say. So, guys, I hope I give you a little bit of information, maybe a chuckle, and maybe a little wisdom occasionally. Although I don't do a lot of that on this channel, I do a little bit more of that on my other channel. A little more of that stuff over there. So, I hope y'all keep your powder dry and your blade sharp. And I'll see you back next time at Bulldog Smith Farms. See y'all. Bye.